and underway, boys and girls. Let's get this going. Ari getting knocked off the table right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's mostly a mid
Yeah.
lane ban, because I haven't looked at what Danny Box is playing, but I'm assuming. But hey, if they're not banning Jorel out, like, are we gonna see the Ergot, the Ornn, or the Poppy, or even the Yorick? So, what do you guys think?
Personally, I think Yorick, because Yorick is
York is
just a
busted right now.
sentinel. Yorick is a sentinel in the top lane, especially with these new masteries, man.
The new grass with the Undying on him allows him to win too many trades because he just stacks. He gets a lot of like just inbuilt sustain, and then he has just like permanent pushing power. Especially if you give him the Rift Herald, he gives Rift Herald and his Maiden of the Mist. He just runs it down.
Especially, I feel like with that in that same tree, if you take the one that lets you push towers even harder.
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot which one. Like it's like a little countdown, and then you like smack the tower for a bunch of bonus damage. Yorick is like unfuckwithable in whatever side lane he's in pushing.
I just want to comment a little bit that
Yep.
Ergot, if you take the press the attack and you use your minigun, all of your minigun is gonna use the press the attack stacks. Oh baby. Oh guys.
Are we saying both?
Tech Sheep said,
Wait.
"Me think Roto Raiders need Tristana banner. PP Portal might pick it again." Wait, that has to be. I think that's a placeholder. That has to be a placeholder, right? Unless they figured something out we don't know. Someone please
No.
message me if that's a placeholder.
Maybe that's a pick, but unless we know what's the placeholder, I don't know. I'm gonna research really quick what Techfish is playing, but we had also a sub guy that played only Shaco, so
Maybe
sure.
because as long as the captains know.
No, it's Aatrox. He has 364 game plays on Aatrox.
Oh baby, here we go.
So that's gonna be Aatrox with lethal tempo, guys.
Okay, I want to talk about this because I've seen a couple of Aatroxes in the preseason.
In
and
the 17 games you've played in one day.
It's been absolute. I don't know how. I want to see this because this is gonna be interesting. But that champion he needs an update. Like someone needs to update this champion because he just does a whole lot of nothing.
When he
with
first
a whole
came
lot of
out,
gold.
the problem is when Aatrox first came out, he had a very clear place for what he was for. The problem was that was not healthy in any way. I don't know if anyone watched Professional League of Legends back when Aatrox released in Season 3. But North America played as a top laner, Europe played him as a jungler. But basically what would happen is level 2, you would dive, Aatrox would tank tower, and then he would go into passive, and then he would res, and then he would finish you off. Like him and his jungler would have it trade tanked pretty easily, and it was a real simple kill. And then Riot realized that's not how they want League of Legends to be played.
Yep.
And now he just kind of, once they took that away, they took away the only thing that made him decent. Because besides like that for like guaranteed first blood dives, most other top laners can do his job. Yeah.
And we saw the Zac pick yesterday by Nova Typhoon. Even though they did lose that game, he looked pretty proficient on it. It didn't feel like it was a game where he performed pretty well on it. So, and even Yeet Street said that they felt uncomfortable with giving Nova Typhoon the Zac pick. So, seeing it this game gives me a little bit of hope for Riddle Raiders.
Definitely. Lucian getting picked up by Shayla. And Zaya actually making it real deep in pick and ban. PP Poro might be able to take himself something that he can't jump into the enemy team with as easily. Definitely. But Zaya also... not taking memes aside, Zaya is really strong in the laning phase and into the mid game. And
Is it Karma mid or Karma support? That's my big question.
I think it's a Karma support because Karma support right now does exactly what Karma mid does, with just less gold. With the ultimate hat mastery that Karma takes, her ultimate goes on like a 19-second cooldown, pretty quickly, especially with how much CD. Okay.
Oh, that's the
Placeholder, dodge. Here we go.
That was the Zero Timo placeholder.
Okay. Okay, so instead of Timo, we have Azir, boys.
Okay. I think
Yeah,
that.
that was the Karma support. You're right, Prince.
So I actually said this yesterday when they picked that kind of wonky team comp in the first game where the cast didn't really get to do much. I really wish that they had taken more of like a DPS like pokey mid laner in the Azir, and now that they're picking it up, I'm kind of looking forward to this comp from Riddle Raiders. It seems pretty good, which I couldn't say a lot about their comps yesterday.
The only thing I'm not sure with their comp is that they don't have a clear goal with their comp. Like Ergot wants to split push and fight alone. Azir wants to poke the enemy team. Zaya wants her team to get fight back and take it slow, which Azir helps into that. Zac wants to engage and Karma wants to speed up everybody. So that's a pretty much okay, guys. I'm playing whatever I want, and you guys play whatever you want, and let's make that work rather than something that works out. Yeah, is it better than last game? Yeah.
Yes. I feel like
Go
the
ahead.
big thing is that Urgot right now doesn't really have to. He can play the split push obviously, and that's kind of his preferred position. But I think he does pretty well in team fights as long as he's able to get in. And the Zac and the Karma kind of facilitate that because the Zac goes in and CCs them in long enough, and the Karma speedups will allow Urgot to actually get into the fight.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem he has right now. He kind of tries to poke around and he hopes that he can get an R off on either a squishy or maybe a tank. Yeah, he gets the re off. But with the Zac, with the Karma, they'll give him enough time to where he runs into the team fight, and then the second he starts just popping shotgun shells, he does his job really well.
Okay.
And he's gonna become oppressive.
See,
And
my
also-
only thing. Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna finish it off. Also, I think it's probably one of the only picks that can deal with the Yorick top lane right now.
See, my only concern with Urgot is in team fights. The cat. I think the Karma helps him, but I feel like a lot of the time what happens is like, Urgot has he's a ranged champion technically, but his range is so short that he's effectively a melee champion. But he doesn't have the kit, or he doesn't have a lot of the tools that melee champions have in their kit that allow him to close the gap. Because think about Urgot has his little dash, but it has like a very telegraphed. It's a very slow charge up thing, and then he doesn't have like the innate tankiness or the hard CC, and it's just hello
Okay.
Yep.
What is going on?
trolling.
Yo. What? A rune page glitch. Okay. All right, guys.
All
This
right.
is now an ESL, stream right now.
production.
Yeah,
LSD.
we have a little
Chinese
bit
ESL
of-
production, as they like to call it
we have-
here.
We have a little bit of, technical issues. We're coming back to you. Let's put up the ads. Who has the ads? Put up the ads, guys. We'll be back.
All right,
Everyone
guys.
put up there.
This game was brought to you by Gunner's Gamer Glasses. You want to take your game to the next level? You want to see in depth? You want to see the bullshit that is Prince Nepal Lady Carry? Get yourself some Gunner's Glasses, kids.
Do you want coffee? Do you want it to taste good every morning? Come into Night Blue's Starbucks and we'll get you the best cappuccinos ever made.
Dude, did you see on the front page of Reddit the night, what's it called? Dom calling him out.
Yeah, the
Cut the Western.
Western shit. Oh, God.
I love it,
Dude.
man.
Oh, Night Blue. Dude, I remember in season 4 when I used to go to Night Blue stream, I would watch it almost every couple days.
Mhm.
And do you remember when he would release those those ultra aggressive rune setups and
Mhm.
mastery setups for all of the Vi's, the Elises? Those were awesome. I used
He
to
used
love
to,
them.
man, he
So
used
much
to help me
quality
so
content.
much, man. He helped me learn about, because I didn't play jungle at the time, but he helped me learn a lot about jungle to where I wasn't
Yeah.
getting clapped as hard, and oh my god.
And then the cappuccinos came.
The cappuccino. Oh my god.
Well, we should be getting shortly into this game, but what were you missing from Glacial Uprising's comp? What was the last pick? Because they didn't pick their
Cassiopeia.
last.
They,
Did they pick
Cassiopeia.
it?
They picked Cassiopeia into Azir. That's what they picked.
Cassio and Azir. Well, if Cassio goes for Abyssal Mask first item, she shouldn't have any problem
Yeah.
with the Azir poke, and she should be fine. I do want to talk about levels. Shea Vizsla and Dangplank rocking the level 34. That's a lot of games. Oh,
Aren't
35
you level-
by Dust Design.
aren't you level
Dude.
34? Oh no, you're level 33.
I'm 33, and I've played like 30 games in the past 2 days, two and a half.
They're also probably not going 3, 14, and 8 on Leona as well.
Okay, okay.
I'm
We
airing
almost
out
won
all
that
the
game.
laundry, my boy.
We almost won that game.
You were
My team
close,
trolled me.
but close only counts in horseshoes and
If
hand grenades.
Mason Wrangle is listening, he didn't end the game. He tried to 1v1 Rammus's Master Yi. I think we're ready? Ready? Alright.
Yep.
R. Let them know, yeah, we're R.
Rawr. It's most likely rawr down now.
R. I love you and Dinosaur. I remember that meme.
Okay, boys, are we gonna see another glitch?
Wait,
Oh.
wait, what?
What the heck?
The fuck?
Okay,
You see this too?
Yeah. Half
Okay.
the. Okay, stream.
ESL production.
We're gonna
Riot
shout out to our sponsors Corsair for not giving us enough power to push our pixels through and fix this issue.
This is one I feel like the game is gonna glitch, and then we're gonna have
Please don't.
everybody.
Knock on wood. Don't glitch us, or don't jinx us. What monitor do you play on, Luminicious? I'm curious.
Dell.
Adele,
I
do
like
you?
that.
What dimensions?
I'm not sure. I have to check. Let me check my display settings.
Because I use a Dell, I think it's SD24 one something. It's a 2560 1440 144 hertz, and like this is, I want to buy another one for African American Friday at the end of the month.
Ooh, nice. I don't know. I have no idea. I threw away the box like 3 or 4 years ago. It's working good for me.
Oh, never mind. This monitor is like a 2-year-old monitor, so probably not then.
Okay. So yeah, we have the Azir, we have the Ergot going in the top lane, and then we have the Zac. Yeah. I feel like the team from Glacial Uprising is mostly team fight, and go a little bit hard on the team fight. Like you have the Morgana, Cassiopeia, Lucian, Aatrox, Yorick. So everybody can technically frontline in the team. So as long as they go all together, they can win the fight. But to me, the only thing that they have to be scared of is the Azir just poking them down before the team fight happens. That's it.
Somebody called me a silly cappuccino flamingo in chat. Look, we can meme him as much as we want, but the fact that we're using his memes shows he obviously is doing something right. Maybe he's one of those there's no such thing as bad publicity guys.
Hey, boys.
And Morgana, I actually really like this Morgana pickup. Morgana's a very simple champion, and she helps them with the Azir walls, because I believe you don't get pushed by the Azir wall if you have Morgana shield on you, right?
Yep.
No, you don't. I'm not sure if you can walk through. I think you might be able to walk through. I'm not sure.
No, not anymore. They made Azir's wall now a terrain after it lands, so it's just a wall. But
yeah, so you won't get knocked back, but if you try to walk back, you have to go all the way around.
You can flash or dash over it, but it's not that impenetrable thing that Renekton's would try and slice and dice through, and freaking the only way to get over it was with flash or talon parkour or something.
Yeah, and there's a chance that you might fuck it really bad, so don't try it, kids, unless you're really comfortable in that, because the Ezreal blink and the Kassadin blink.
It's really weird. Like Azir has a lot of bugs with him. Not as many as Mordekaiser, of course, but
the legend himself, the 300 plus bugs.
I love that guy that just every 2 patches on Reddit, it's just like, hey Riot, so you fixed 10 Mordekaiser bugs, but you brought us 23 more. And Mordekaiser has 323 bugs now.
I do want to say though, Royal Raiders team comp, which I harped on yesterday, which I felt like they had a much harder team comp to execute. This time it's much simpler. Like everything kind of works, even though it's a fucked up present. It's a present that works. On the side of Glacial Uprising, I want to see what this Aatrox is.
This Aatrox is the biggest question mark right
It's
here.
the biggest question mark, because how does it affect in the early game? Can it even get through the early game? Can it even jungle? These are all questions we have to ask.
So the good thing for Urgot is the fact that I feel like this team can't really invade or anything. They don't really have the tools to invade, so we should have a relatively safe early clear. But
can he even clear the jungle? That is another question. Nightblue has not released a 1080 Aatrox one-shot video, so I don't know, you know?
Yeah, man.
But I think the bot lane matchup goes in favor of the Riddle Raiders. I think the mid lane matchup overall goes in favor of Riddle Raiders. I think the jungle matchup goes in favor of the Riddle Raiders. And I think the top lane matchup also goes in favor of the Riddle Raiders, as long as Aatrox doesn't affect that lane too heavily.
How does the Caitlyn
So-
trap matchup go for Riddle Raiders?
There's no Caitlyn in this game, so
Any?
hopefully
Yes.
There's no Caitlyn.
that's what I'm saying. We just have to hope that he has an invulnerability. If he does get hit by Cassie ultimate, I think that's the Caitlyn trap of this game. Can PP Poro dodge Cassie ulti?
Somebody, just to let us know, they said for you to know, Aatrox's Q can't be canceled midair anymore, so it's an unstoppable ability.
Yeah, they did add that. I think it was 2 patches ago. It's like a bone they gave to the kid, but he's still not a good champion. I do want to see how he makes it work.
I believe in him. Okay, look, he's gonna open up our eyes to the light.
Okay, I think I'm gonna call it out that TechVicious is gonna mostly focus top lane and then try to set Jorel ahead.
Definitely, these are two
I
like
agree.
these are two like brutally skirmishing top laners, and
I think if Yorick ever get to lead the top side, he will just run it down that lane.
That's what Jorel does most of the time. He's pretty good at that. But I feel like Shay and Ori are gonna try play really aggressive in the bot lane, and if what's his name, Nova Typhoon can really abuse that, their bot lane. I know they don't have a lot of hard CC in the bot lane, but I'm pretty sure if Glacial Uprising's bot lane goes super aggressive, I might lose that, really hard. And then Zaya into a team that is really good at kiting. I don't know. We'll see how the game goes though. I hope that RR fix their macro play a little bit, and they might be able to play a little bit cleaner when they're ahead. Because yesterday, when they were ahead and they had the chance to come back into the game and win against Yeet, they didn't do it, and it was really bad.
both supports taking summon area. Summon area is so broken right now, honestly.
It's the most consistent keystone in terms of dots or just AP damage. Because I would think that, however, Arcane Kama would be better on Morgana, because if you just Q, it's a guaranteed land. And I've played Arcane Comment. I've been playing Rise a lot, and Arcane Comment on Rise. If you ever play Rise right now, pretty top.
I like the phase rush on Rise as well.
I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit too weird for me. I feel like I just like the pure stats on Rise right now. I'm just gonna look through the runes, see if there's anything weird. Nope. Captain Kristen taking standard.
Yeah, because Morgana also shields, right? That's why the Aerie is more preferable on her than the Comet. Like, if she didn't have the shield anymore, then yeah, I would take Comet rather than Aerie, but the Aerie is also really good. And I don't know why none of the teams pick Nami. I think Lucian Nami is a pretty good lane. Like, to me, Lucian Nami right now is a top lane, and compared to like Ezreal, Sona, they're doing pretty well, like both of these lanes. But hey, we'll see what's up. It's preseason.
We definitely are gonna have to see. And I just want to say, for those who have joined since the last time we said it, I hope you're in your seats nice and comfy. You have yourself a nice drink and a bag of popcorn, because you're in for a nice spectacle of a game right here. On the left side, we have the Riddle Raiders. On the right side, we have Glacial Uprising. I'm going to switch those around in like 2 seconds. But going down the lines, we got Young but HUNG, Nova Typhoon, Dankplank, PP Poro, and Captain Kristen. And then on the red side, we have Death Design, Tech Vicious, Danny Boy X, Shea Vizza 80 carry, and Oria on support. My name is Manny or Sunny. I'm bringing the play-by-play, and joining me, bringing some color to this painting I want to bring you all, is the Prince Nepal and Luminicious.
So one thing I want to talk about is, I don't know if you guys checked it out, but LS and a bunch of Challenger players released like a 500 rune page guide for for every champion in the game. And I've been trying out a lot of those runes, Rise, on a lot of the ADs as well, and especially on Lucian, I've been playing him a lot. I feel like Electrocute, which is in Domination, is much better than the Press the Attack. Even though you proc it really quickly, like the early game presence you get from Electrocute in trades feels really, really good. That's just a small kind of change up. Overall, I think everyone's taking pretty standard stuff. Azir gets level 2 really quickly.
Yeah, really surprising right there. Those. So actually, so there is that thing about the new runes and masteries that I find it really interesting that they had that already ready before the season. Like that got put out like the first day of the season.
What, the runes and mastery?
Yeah, the 500 pages.
Oh no, the LS one. It got put out like 2 days in, but yeah, they said they had been. He said he had worked with like a ton of challenger players and master players to like compile it. He got it out really, really quickly, but overall, I haven't found a setup where I feel like it's too incorrect. Like a little bit of it, it's definitely personal preference, but a lot of the keystones I feel like definitely are right.
Oh yeah. Like for me, if you have a hard engaged bot lane, like Leona, Braum, or even Thresh and Alistar, I think Press the Attack Lucian is really good because you have that lockdown and then you get those at least 3 or 4 auto attacks guaranteed. And the trade is just so good, but I feel like with another sustain lane, Electrocute might be better because you want to go in, get the Electrocute, and then jump out. So yeah, it depends on the matchup that you're playing and what is your preference. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hold on.
dude, one thing we didn't talk about. Urgot has such a brutal time dealing with these Yorick ghosts. It's so awkward to deal with them because you have to burn a lot of times you burn a leg just dealing with one Yorick ghost if you're trying to kill it. Techfish is really just hovering around this top side. He's definitely trying to make sure this matchup goes in favor of Riddle Raider. Glacial Uprising, sorry.
Already creeping his way up there.
Oh yeah.
Watching.
Prince.
Okay, so you answered. Your question is answered. He made it through his first clear.
Yep.
I
A
have
full
one more
clear
question.
at that.
Yep.
Press the attack Zaya or lethal tempo Zaya?
I think-
PP4 is using press the attack, and I've watched Double Lift. He said that he has press the attack Lucian and everything else he uses lethal tempo. So what do you think about that?
I don't know. I really don't think Lethal Tempo is that good on anything that's not like a Twitch cog where they're stacking a lot of attack speed and they get innate AD from like it's just I don't know. It's definitely something you can test out, and it probably is definitely personal preference. But I personally like press the attack on most ADs, most auto ADs. I think Lethal Tempo, especially on Twitch and COG, because they stack so much attack speed. And then on a couple of them, I think even Electrocute's better, like the Lucian and the Jhin. Both of them get a lot of burst damage and usefulness from Lethal Tempo. I mean, not Lethal Tempo, sorry, Electrocute, then just press the attack. But I think right now it's all personal preference until we get to the next season starting up and everyone finally figures out what's good, what's bad. Right now it's just a playground of what you want to try out. I even won a game where I tried the Unleash spellbook on trade happening top lane.
Yeah, gonna
tried to
force
unleash
out that
spellbook.
flash right there. Death's Design really gonna be missing. And one thing while you guys were talking that I just been noticing is the fact that despite like Urgot losing in terms of the health battle, he still had pretty much a full mana pool the whole time as well as the CS lead. So he was able, like right there when he finally noticed Death's Design was pretty much to go in and force a trade and then force the spell. But right here,
no.
the wraparound gank oh my god, Azir's gonna miss the freaking gonna miss the minion right there, not the minion, gonna miss the soldier, and he's might end up dying right here. Gonna have the flash following through, and first blood gonna go to Azir right there. That's gotta be such a feels bad right there, man.
I feel like he went way too deep for the kill. He could have just easily backed out, and he tried to go for it and then didn't have enough mana to press the Emperor's Divide when the Aatrox is trying to run him down by the end of it.
And then on top of that, he flashed for the kill as well.
Yep.
I don't know about that, buddy.
And now he's gonna get heavily punished because if he ever gets hit by miasma, that's that's pretty much a guaranteed knockup Protect Vicious on Aatrox,
Mm-hmm.
and that will just instantly blow him up.
He burned both sums. The only thing he's going to have going for him is if he can time his ultimate properly.
I don't want to talk about this. I feel like the Urgot has just been overall laning way better than the Yorick in this matchup. I don't think it's that poor of a matchup for the Yorick, just because of how much sustain he gets, but he needs to be
right
careful.
here. This is going to get
He
really
won't
low
die.
and re.
Oh no.
Youngblood HUNG gonna get dragged in right there. Despite being inside Yorick's death arena, Urgot's gonna throw out that ultimate right there, and it's gonna pull him back in.
Yeah,
I don't like the build from Yorick here.
Yeah, Jorel has a weird builds, but he picked Yorick. You know, early picked the Yorick without having into consideration, you know, any counter picks, and then he gets counter picked by his own, you know, Ergot pick. So yeah, I don't know how much will that play into the late game, or how much is that a preference. But hey, you should be prepared for anything.
I do have to say, now that he's going for this janky build, and like, I feel like you can win this lane, but you have to go really safe in the early part. You have to get the Ninja Tabbies, you have to get maybe even a Glacial Shroud, and then after you start getting some more of your core items, then you can take the fight to Urgot as you start building it up. But early on, Urgot definitely has the advantage, and this is going to set him behind because he's only 800. I think he's only 1,000 gold from Black Cleaver, while Yorick's only sitting on a Sapphire Crystal Longsword. Quick pause. We're back in.
Yeah, I think it was just somebody DCing, but thankfully, due to our sponsors and the Google Fiber internet we have for all of our players at the gaming houses, they were able to reconnect quickly. Azir right here gonna try and take the house over to our girl Cassiopeia, and with the Zac coming in, they might have found themselves some magic right here. Zac gonna end up taking the kill right there. Danny Boy X going down. And now here in the bottom lane, Lucian gonna get taken real low, gonna force out his ultimate.
Oh boy.
And they answer with a quick return gank right there. His jungler, both the junglers getting the kill credits in these actually.
Yeah, I don't know why Aatrox is farming that heavily. I mean, if their goal is to survive early game and just try and take team fights late game while the Aatrox is just farming up super heavily, I don't see that working out because Zac is gonna keep ganking more and more, and that might be really bad for Glacial Uprising because they drafted that winning technically bot lane for them. They drafted the Cassiopeia into the Azir, and Cassiopeia is pretty mobile into Azir. If she gets dived in before she puts down the miasma, it's a free jump for Zac.
Yeah, another thing, the gank we just saw right there, one thing that ended up working, if you notice, Azir was already pushing the wave as the gank happened, and Zac just so happens, in all of his gelatinous greatness, to have, like, I believe his Elastic Slingshot gets up to, like, 3,500 range. So he can gank you from off the screen, and that's what happened right there. He came in on Cassiopeia, so they got the kill, and Azir already had the lane pushing. So then he pushed it into tower, denied her a whole, like, half of one wave, and then a full other wave. And now Azir finds himself up 21 CS over Cassiopeia.
And the kill. Yeah, that's pretty rough early game for Glacial Uprising. And this might be a first game for them, it might be a shake-up game for them, so I'm really interested to see what will happen in teamfights, because right now it looks like to me that the goal of Glacial Uprising is try and farm and wait for the enemy team to overextend, wait for them to mess up, and then they would try and capitalize on whatever Riddle Raiders' aggression or mistakes they make.
I feel like while Urgot can compete in the split push with, like, Yorick, I feel like Urgot's more than likely going to be grouped with his team, and that might be where Yorick finds his way back into the game. Unless the rest of Riddle Raiders hold up. Dragon right here catching some shenanigans going on. Zac going to jump out of this right here. He doesn't want any of that action. And now he has his bot lane here. We might have ourselves a little 3-on-3 skirmish, or are they just going to let this go down? I think they need to put a fight in. He's going to back off anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna let this go down. Oh,
The Maiden going to be called out right here. Urgot gonna start retreating as the Maiden drains him, but he still has a lot of damage left in all of his legs. Oh my god, that Q slap is ridiculous.
see, both of them have a lot of burst, but their consistent damage is mostly towards Ergot. Oh boy.
Here we go. Gonna have to burn the both top laners, burning that flash, and Urgot just finds himself at such a low blinking red health bar, but he can easily turn this around because he just has to get him to below 25% to use the grind. Azir gonna get taken really low right here. Cassiopeia gonna fall. He's gonna Shurima drift into the back of Dragon Pit. Gonna find himself somewhere where he needs to just get himself out, retreating towards his tower. And now this is gonna get turned around. Captain Kirsten gonna take the kill into Danny Boy X. PP Poro going down now to Shea Vizsla. And why did you walk back in? Ree! Now we have our Azir dead. Karma getting hit by the binding. And double kill gonna go to Lucian right there. 3-for-1 in favor of the red team. That's got to be a feels. That's. I'm really curious as to why Dankplank walked back in right there. He was pretty much home free after he used some real nice moves in his flash to get himself over the wall.
Dragon again. Here we go. Woo!
Hold up. Guess who's back?
Oh, wait. The blobs.
He's gonna flash over the wall for blobs.
Smite.
Yeah, there we go. Killing spree. And I just realized he has his Blood Razor done.
I like that Fizz is rooting for his whole team. Wait, 33 CS ahead, you know, the Aatrox is ahead of the Zac. Holy moly.
But then in the top lane, Young But HUNG is ahead 30 CS as well.
Yeah.
And then Azir's is about to be up 20, is up about 15-20 CS.
Yep. But Aatrox now is gonna hard carry the game, is he? Question mark. We have to let the legendary Fizzy talk about that because I have no idea how the Aatrox is gonna.
League is not a game where you have to be insanely fed to carry as a melee carry in League of Legends, especially somebody that their hard CC throws them into the middle of the team, and the fact he can only focus one person at a time, that's one thing with League. I'm not I don't really like Dota, and I don't know too much about it. But one thing I do know is melee carries work for them because they have turn speed as a mechanic to stop people from just kiting the shit out of you. But we don't have that in League. Everyone turns at the same speed. So somebody like Aatrox is just gonna get kited really hard by Xayah, get kited really hard by Azir. Karma's gonna W him and just bind him up
Oh yeah. We'll see, because the Aatrox player is a really comfortable player, and then they just gave it to him, and he also didn't ban that's designed Yorick, and they had a game plan going with Aatrox.
Hold up. Gonna get caught out right here. Urgot and the Yorick are just gonna mow this kid down right here. Holy cannoli. I feel like I need to pay the kids next door for how quickly and easily he got mowed down. That was...
My bad. I got called away to do something.
You're fine. You're good. Didn't too much really happen. You came back just to see a gank happen. You did miss the 3-for-1 actually fight around Dragon. I was saying, so I want to make a point. I think the reason this Aatrox, I'm not to try and discount him as a player or anything, or his ability, because he has earned himself this 3-0-1 score line, but I think it's due to the fact that most people don't know how to play against Aatrox. And there's also the fact there's the nerves, so you're just kind of off-put or unsure of what to do. Hopefully, as this game goes on, we're gonna see Azir not die again. Find himself in the pit. He has nothing to do but fight for his life against this Shea Vizsla, and Shea's gonna come out on top.
Oh boy, teleport.
And this is a 4-man.
Here we go, Fiesta Nueva. First target is going to be PP Poor right here. He's kiting his way around. He's gonna find himself getting collapsed in on. He can't do anything. Ori is gonna get the kill, and Danny Boy X is gonna get the kill. Now the classic 4-man and the Maiden find themselves in the bottom lane, looking to get themselves their team's first tower. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Urgot's just gonna walk his way back, and he doesn't really have anything he can do. Maybe him and his jungler could go for this Rift Herald, but they need to make a call as a team. Actually, hold up, wait a minute. They don't have minions.
They don't. Yeah, they didn't have minions that entire fight. I do want to talk. How did Azir get into that position right there? He was inside the Dragon Pit against Lucian.
Oh yeah. What happened was that he walked into the river while warding kind of the area, and then Cassiopeia used the miasma, and the only way that he could escape was down to the Dragon Pit, and then Lucian just collapsed on him.
Good. It was more of a good play from Glacial Uprising than a bad play from him. And yeah, they're gonna pick this up right here. Good job by them.
I do want to say I really don't like the build from Lucian. I think the Essence Reaver is kind of like an outdated form. I think if you're going right now, the core build on him, which is the core build on a lot of AD carries is IE double attack speed item. I feel like you just the Essence Reaver just it feels like a waste of a lot of gold when with 2 items spiking being so important with the IE plus attack speed item. The Essence Reaver kind of feels like a waste.
I like
Obviously-
the Essence River because I tried it in a game and I went 19-3, 11. with Dahlia, I'm gonna disagree a little bit on that because I feel like if you want to be dashing around and getting those press the attack all the time, you want to make sure that you stay on them. And while you don't have the range to stay on them, you still need a way to make sure that you're on them. Oh boy.
See, here's what I like about the rune system. We differ in playstyle because I always go for electrocute on. Okay, they're
Hold
just
up.
sitting in a
Gonna get knocked out right here. Azir gonna be doing a lot of damage. Gonna pop the passive on this Aatrox, but he still lost his jungler. And more importantly, losing their jungler means they lose a lot of control of this mid lane. This 4v3 right here.
The
Wait, JK, Azir just kills.
yeah,
clears
Lucian
wave.
is a 580 range AD. They don't. The only way they can siege towers is if they kill off the Azir and the Xayah. There's a lot of wave clear on the side of Riddle Raiders, so even if they fall behind, they can stay pretty close in the game because their ability to keep towers with both the Azir and Xayah wave clear is kind of ridiculous.
Here, one thing about this Azir is, like, he's just the team's just been playing really hard around Gangplank and collapsing on him really well, and his scoreline would make you think he's not. His scoreline leads you to believe he's worse off than he is, because we look at his farm, we've looked at how he's played out a lot of these fights. He's putting out good damage and positioning. It's just they're doing a really good job at boxing him in and trying to shut him down.
Yep. It's just sometimes stuff happens,
Yeah.
League is a dynamic game, and even if you are playing your champion to what you believe is your fullest potential, sometimes that gank works out that you don't expect, and you get set behind. But as long as they can play from behind, they should be fine. And the Essence Revolution is gonna give them that opportunity. I still gonna say I don't like the pick.
Young but HUNG creeping in the bush right here. And
boy.
now right here,
Yeah.
the Maiden is or the Mistwalker is gonna get brought up, and we're gonna have Arclight Yorick,
Hey Manuel, what time are you at?
1833.
Okay, I'm like 5 seconds ahead of you, so it's really weird.
Okay,
Let's see if I can.
I'm
oh,
trying
yeah.
to fast forward as hard as I can.
Okay, I'm at 45,
Here
46.
we go. They're gonna collapse it in
Okay.
on our boy Yorick right here. The flash coming out, and that's an easy. Even when he's not in laning phase anymore, he's still getting ganked and having his flash burn. Feel bad, man. Here we go. The Shurima Shuffle tried so hard. The Morgana shield doesn't even matter because he still has so much damage with the rest of his team. And
And
that's
now-
one thing about the Karma. She
Now
empowers you to
Azir's
chase so
definitely
hard.
cooking.
I want to point something out whenever you guys are done.
I don't know if this fight.
I don't know if we could be done. Does Zach coming in right here? Azir trying to, or
Aatrox
not?
has no passive.
Azir, yeah, Aatrox
Aatrox
trying to
does have
1v3.
Huh. Well, he's still gonna die.
Oh my god, a beautiful ulti from Cassiopeia, and now the fight's
no
gonna try and
mana.
turn around. She has no mana, but she's trying everything she can to just slither her way out of this. Zach has nothing to bring that ass here boy with, but the team's gonna keep going by the Urgot Young but HUNG, picking up that kill on a Danny Boy X. And bringing his way down here helps his team win this fight out 2-0. And now the question is, do they want to retreat for the Earth Dragon, or do they want to go for more kills? Zach is charging up the slingshot. He's going to get the 2-man bounce right on top of Arclight, Yorick, and oh my god, double kill coming in for that Zach attack. And now they're going to mow down this mid-inner tower, and that's going to be the 4th tower of the game for Riddle Raiders.
And overall, that was a 5-0 fight. If we're looking at the initial Lucian pick, they get the mid inner tower, they get the Earth Dragon. Riddle Raiders took huge control of the game right there. Oh, Azir is going to no.
Not kill. He doesn't have
Chelsea.
another drift. Oh,
Oh,
ooh,
he gets it.
he gets it, boys. Zach might get it right here. Okay, he barely makes it out.
And now if we look at the gold, Azir's sitting at 3,000 gold in his inventory right now. That is he's gonna complete whatever he wants now.
So interesting thing to point out, they were down about 3k. Gold has swung almost 8,000.
Yeah.
Because they were down like
That-
3k, and now they're up about 4k.
I don't like that build.
The second item death cap.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't like.
I don't
maybe
know.
Even a mask.
What, a mask maybe? I
You're
would
going old school Rylai's, but not really.
I would
Maybe
like
even
a
Void Staff, anything.
Leandri's
Yeah.
Void Staff, because we have the MR items being
A lot
built
of MR
first.
stacking. Yeah.
But
Like, no, it's not good. There's no way to say it go around it. It's not a good item.
come on, man, it
Definitely
gives
not
you
a
the
good
most damage. Look at the
He is
numbers.
ahead really hard, so it's not gonna be too punishing. But if this game was closer, then definitely not
He
the
can't be
most
going for
goal
just
destructive
raw
item.
AP. He needs more stats
Yeah.
to go with it. Like I think Leandri's actually would have been perfect.
Leandri's would have been really good, I think.
Because
I think he built Leandri's and Sork shoes, and he would have completed both. He would have gotten Leandri's plus Sork shoes, and that would have been a huge power spec in his next team fight.
He would have shredded through them like butter. Like honestly.
Yep.
He would have been great. It would have been like you can't try and siege against him because he melts you down with the Leandries. And then if you team fight, he has so much magic pen that he's gonna be damn near doing true damage to Lucian and Morgana.
Ooh.
Hold up right here. Urgot gonna flip this guy over.
Passive. Does he?
No, he has passive. You can see by the fake GA animation. It's gonna get popped right here, but he's gonna res back up. They're gonna have everything ready to gun him. That doesn't even make it over the wall. So much damage right here.
Now they have full Baron control. Azir plus Xayah plus a jungler pretty much can 3-man Baron.
Just do it.
And they have good vision coverage. They should.
That Rabadon's comes in handy now for the Baron.
Actually, Mask would come in more handy because it does percent health damage.
Oh, you're right, dang. But it has a cap against monsters.
It does, but okay.
Azir gets caught by Binding Line. He's gonna push the whole team away, resurrect the tower right here, and he's gonna show off Shurima's greatness. His soldiers going forward, Zac going forward, trying to lead his team off right here. But honestly, just back off and go Baron. Just go Baron. That's not Baron. Stop walking top.
Now they have to recall. They're being too greedy.
I don't know. One thing we should probably get out of the habit of now that is we should get out of the habit of calling Leandri's Torment Mask, since there's an actual item called Abyssal's Mask now. I just realized that.
Oh yeah.
Because he said he should have built Mask. And for a second I was like, wait a minute, Abyssal Mask on Azir is garbage, and then I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, they're not. These team fights are being way too hectic.
To see you both sides like Chanel.
I would like also to see Oriya just flashing in and engaging with Morgana, because you have this new item that stasis, that gives you the stasis.
The clock is so
gold.
nice, yeah.
Yep.
Stopwatch.
I haven't seen that one time. Oh boy, Frozen Mallet, Black Cleaver, oh boy.
It would be perfect to win them off one fight right now. My only, because that's my thing. That's one thing I want to say. Oriya, I think she's playing a little too passive. Zac gonna go in right here. He's gonna force the flash out of Death's Design with the ultimate right there. Great job. I still think about Zac's old ultimate sometimes and get really confused.
Yeah, that's a good point the chat is making as well. Cassiopeia had no tier yet. I don't know why, but
She didn't want a triple mana stack.
yeah.
That's one thing. Yeah, she didn't want a triple mana stack because she...
ADC kicking brother of Netflix. Ay.
What the heck? That's a good excuse right there. Taking stock of the game. What's happened? Baron? No?
No, Baron still hasn't happened, surprisingly.
Okay.
Baron still exists in this game because I don't think both teams know what the big purple icon is.
I do want to say this though.
Both teams can shred Baron so quickly, I just realized, because especially with both of them having a Mountain Dragon.
I really wish he didn't go Rabadon's death cap. I'm kind of sad that he just went Rabadon's. If he had Mask plus Zork shoes, and then he builds Nashers, he just shreds. Because nobody has MR besides Aatrox and Cassio. Cassio only has MR from... They only have 2 items of MR on the entire red team. And so the Yorick, the Lucian, who all need to run into a team fight to actually do damage, can't. They just get zoned off by Azir soldiers. But it feels like Blue Team has really good control of this game. And they've had control over games yesterday too, but we're gonna need to see how they close it out. That's where they come into issues with. They don't have that finishing touch as we've seen in Yeet Street, as we saw Yeet Street have yesterday.
Oh yeah. And my big question is, are they gonna pull a cheesy bush camp like how Yitsu did?
Oh no. What dragon is actually about to spawn? Or what's the next dragon? It's another mountain drake.
I think so. I'm not sure because I can't check right now.
Yeah, it's a mountain. I just checked just to make sure.
Yeah, right now the only threat on Glacial is Aatrox and Lucian.
But the big issue that both of those characters have is they have to go into a team fight to deal damage. And Azir right now is so ridiculous. He's able to zone off both of them, and Lucian can't really get into these team fights because if he's in range to deal his damage, Urgot's in range, Azir's in range, Zaya's definitely in range, and so is Zac.
Yeah, this is really hard because the blue team just scaled up so quickly, and that's because of the early game by Glacial Uprising being way too passive and expected them to play safe, just farm it up and reach late game with no problem happening. Whereas the enemy team has a Zac, and you gave them the Zac while banning the Ezreal, so I don't know. I felt like they could have left the Ezreal open for PP Poor and then just ban the Zac so you don't get the Ruffle Stomped early game. If your whole plan is to just farm up when you have the Aatrox player, so yeah, to me I would rather ban out the Zac. That's it.
And
Baron.
blue team finally gonna make the call. Just go on to this Baron right here. They see Lucian in the bot lane, and the trigger gets pulled instantly. And red team didn't even have time to react to that. I think they realized, know what, we fucked up, and we just can't even react to this. They take this way too quickly.
And now they have control, and they can
call,
just kind of run it down mid here. I would like to see the Urgot head topside. The bot lane is being pushed into the blue team, so they're gonna, if they really want to reset, they would have to fully do a full reset, and I feel like they want to at least pressure an inhibitor tower right now.
Someone brought up a good point. Yorick with the Bramble Best, question mark?
That's for the Urgot. Because Urgot is auto-attacking with his minigun, that's why every time Urgot uses his minigun, he gets the reduced healing effect.
Interesting. I didn't know it was considered an auto attack. I thought it was considered a spell. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, they're gonna just try to 3-man the one side, but now that Lucian's left, they can try to just pressure down mid.
Ethiopia right here. In the mid lane,
Oh,
by her lonesome.
gets caught by the Morgana biting, and she's just getting run
Oh
down.
my gosh, right there.
Azir.
Captain Chris is going to be the first person to go down
Where's
right
the
here. Now we're going to
ultimate?
see Blue Team fighting in a 4v5 right here. Azir's going to go down, doesn't even ult. Now we have Zaya getting chased off by the enemy. Beautiful ulti from Zac, but it doesn't even matter unless Urgot can put the team on his back right here. We're going to see him get knocked up by the Aatrox. Zac going to go back in, try and save him. He's going to get the kill onto Lucian Rampage. And now Urgot's turning this around like an absolute behemoth, blasting through the team with this minigun. He's so strong, but now it's him and Zac versus the Cassiopeia. Wait, this is so...
Cassiopeia wins.
Cassiopeia, she can do this. He's gonna flip her right here. He's gonna pop his shield in the minigun, and he does so much damage going around her with the thing. She's gonna get hit by the Q, get the burn, kill her. Zac! Oh my god!
Man, you okay?
What was that team fight?
Oh my god.
He must have lagged. He must have lagged.
Azir had to have lagged. He just needs
Because he didn't use any summoners. He didn't use his ultimate or anything. He just started walking back. They should probably pause. Okay. Fine.
Oh my god. Holy cannoli. Okay. While this pause, we're gonna run this fight. We're gonna run this fight back. No, take it back to the beginning of it. So there's the top lane. They try and make the play onto our boy. They can't go for it. And then over in the mid lane, Karma steps a little too far forward, gets hit by a good binding from Morgana. So that happens. Now they're in a 4v5. You know, she gets deleted. So we're going to switch to team fight view. And we're going to pause, bring it up, play this. Wait, and I took it back to the beginning of the game. I'm special yet. So there we go. Getting deleted. And here we go. Team fight in 0.5U. So Zack's over the wall, trying to charge up. He takes a long time. Aatrox pops ulti, goes on top of the Azir, and Azir just is rooted and just doesn't do anything. Flash ulti from our girl Morgana right here. Helps catch the Zack. And it is a 3v5 at this point. This is a 3v5. They should have won this, but the great ulti groups everyone up for Urgot to come in and blast them with his legs. And then Zaya's still alive somehow. She slowly makes her way back in. Urgot's 1v4ing at this point right here. Maiden is involved too. This kill by Nova Typhoon is huge on Ashe Vizsla. Nova Typhoon gets his passive popped, and panic ensues right here. Urgot just blasting people. There's a split decision. Death Design's running. Tech Vicious is trying to kill the blobs. Neither goal is accomplished. And now Zaya ends up dying through the Twin Fang chase down. That's fine. And now Cassiopeia, like he said, she could have actually won this. Nova Typhoon goes over the wall, which is, I think, a smart decision. Youngbud HUNG backs off and realizes he needs to wait for his dash to come back. He gets hit by the Q right here. Twin Fangs, Thufu. He goes in, flips over his back, pops his shield, and then he perfectly kites it around her with this minigun and just blasts her so hard. And with how low he got her, and then the Q, and then the burn, Zack's able to come in, smite, and clean it up. And here we go. We're back to the pause.
My only thing was that Lucian, when chasing Zaya, he gets ulted by Zaya, gets root by Zaya, then he's turned his focus into Zack, doesn't auto attack Zack, he cancels his auto attack, gets almost one shot by Zaya, and still he didn't like still kept going for Zaya after he was rooted. He turned his focus into Zack, and then he cancelled his auto attack while he tried to go for Zack. So that was a big misplay by Shay. Like, in my opinion, if he kept focusing on the front line, they could have just kept killing the front line, and then
that fight would have looked a lot different.
Yeah, and he walks way over forward with such low health to kill the Urgot. And then Zack he jumps in, and then they're left without damage because Cassiopeia is not strong yet. She has no tier, no Seraphs. I think if Cassiopeia had the Seraphs, she might have lived from the Zack engage and kill Zack.
100%. I don't even think he would have bothered trying to go back in.
Oh yeah.
If he knew she had Seraphs.
Or maybe she would have used it early, and then she wouldn't have died that easily as well. But she's also playing with a Phaedrus and Ghost. She could have she could have skipped the Ghost and take Barrier or Cleanse or something else better, instead of just taking the Ghost. Like, you can go Ghost and Phaedrus. This is not the Olympics. You don't want to get a medal for running it down mid from base to base. You're not doing, anything, record time. You should just get Ignite or just something else that will help you. Like, if she had Barrier, oh my goodness. Or Heal. Take the Heal. It gives you both movement speed and it heals you up. And still Azir, no tier 2 boots. Why are you not getting your tier 2 boots, dude?
Azir, that is a good point. He really needs to upgrade into those Sork shoes to give himself some penetration for all this.
Karma, Magic Pen shoes. Karma's
got it down pack, my dude.
Okay, hello?
Perfect.
Yo,
time.
What? Oh, sorry. You're good. Aatrox, I think we're back in the game.
Yeah, we're back. Prince.
Yeah, do I have vacuum?
Yeah, no. What do you think about Azir not having tier 2 boots and Karma with the Shorkshire shoes?
I think the Karma with Sork shoes is pretty... is she running the... She's not running.
Check on op.gg right quick.
She's running Airy.
Yeah, she's running Airy. She's not running... what I've been seeing apparently is that you get Glacial Augment on Karma and you just run people down with the Ghost. But she's not going for that build though. So Sork shoes is okay. I think she's not even capped on CDR, so I definitely would have rather like the I would have rather like the Lucidities, because right now she's sitting at 35%. She would be at 45% fully.
Or if she's
Second
gonna get
Mountain
CDR.
Dragon is going to help him take this second Baron even quicker.
I think maybe either Mobbies or maybe Ninja Tabais to me would have been better because they have three high AD targets and then Cassiopeia.
Yep.
Oh, this is a big power spike. Rally Scepter for Cassiopeia. The more Real Raiders are dragging the game, the more Cassiopeia comes back. She might even have a chance to buy a tier now and stack it up. I'm
Oh
just
no,
saying.
I don't think you can't be that greedy. You have to go for like a magic. If she went here like Dangplank went yesterday on the Cassidon, oh Jesus. I really do hope he goes like Void Staff next item or like Mask or
Yeah.
something because he needs Magic Pen. That team fight they won without him. Basically, it was a 4v5, but the more Cassiopeia is allowed to just scale into the late game, the closer these team fights are gonna get.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone want to talk about the 5,000 gold lead? 5,000 gold disparity in the top lane?
CS.
5,000 gold lead.
He's
He
about
almost
to
has the Flame
Horizon.
Horizon, yeah.
Yeah. It's again this matchup is very volatile. Whichever character wins the early part of it, you kind of dominate. And we saw Design be a little bit greedy, not basically instantly rushing the Ninja Tabby. And so we had Urgot sitting at Phage plus Kindle Gem while Design was on Tier and Longsword. So definitely swayed the matchup a lot. And now Urgot's a really big threat.
Mana Crystal.
Look at this. He's getting chased
Yeah,
by the
Mana
jungler.
Crystal.
It doesn't do anything. Honestly, I think they're just going to get this tower and finish up their collection of inner and outer towers, and they're just going to wait for Baron.
I think Urgot's just gonna get top tower by himself.
Honestly, dude, same.
Uh-oh.
Look at this. Flip him back into his tower and then still pops the gun and just gets the da-da-da-da-da-da like an Apache
Let's
gunship.
see how much shielding Urgot W does right now. Huh.
Huh.
He's sitting at 590 health shield every 7 seconds.
Huh. Thinking.
Yep.
It's not
Yeah.
OP. That's just really pro.
I mean, Death also.
Hold up, right here. Aatrox might get caught out right here, and he's gonna get pushed back into the team with the Azir wall. Doesn't even have a chance to get some passive pool built up. And that's no jungler. This is 100%. They're in full control of this Baron. They're gonna set up. I think they need to stop right now and set up the warding,
for it.
or they can go aggressive for this fight right here.
Oh, what
Cassiopeia
a
gonna get
catch
pulled
ball.
him right here. Whoa, she's gonna catch our girl Zaya, who's gonna have to fly those feathers.
Wait.
And wait, you brought the Yorick back into your carry. What is going on? Gonna get pulled back in. Indeed, Young Bet HUNG getting that kill in this 2v1 right here.
Oh.
Shurima shuffle over onto our girl Cassiopeia, force her out of the fight. And they're walking forward, but they're ignoring Lucian, just off to the side. And they need to calm down. Kill this. Kill top. Get 2 inhibs. Recall.
Take the Baron, take bot, and you get the game.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a very simple game to play out from this point. Back off. Although they don't have an AD carry, they can still shred this oh so quickly with this Azir with 2 Mountain Dragons.
Yes.
Yeah.
I honestly think they could just do it right now. The second it spawns, you have Azir with 3 soldiers over the wall. He just runs it down.
Yes. Yorick is finishing his... Or Urgot is finishing his
He got
4th
Flame
item,
Horizon.
while Yorick is finishing his 2nd. This is a Flame Horizon, boys. For those who don't know, a Flame Horizon... Well, Azir has one as well, but a Flame Horizon is in competitive League of Legends, named after the top laner for Flame, who's currently teamless, when you have a 100 CS lead over your lane opponent.
Oh yeah.
Aatrox is the same Flame Horizon, but it's much less effective than the Urgot.
Yeah.
Because right now, Urgot is a damage threat.
Yeah, this is being super greedy in my opinion. Like the draft phase, drafting the Aatrox while you haven't seen any of the enemy team. That's you're asking to lose.
That's just
early.
kind of cocky, because it's not like Aatrox is a contested pick.
I said comfort picks, but the way that they played the Aatrox, you're just being super greedy, man. You're expecting all of your lanes not to feed. You're farming up early game, and then you expect to carry team fights when you're actually losing all of your lanes because bot is not winning, mid is definitely not winning, and yeah, Nova Typhoon is winning the game pretty hard for his team. He kept ganking over and over again, so yep. Oh boy. Oh.
Gonna go for it right here, and he's gonna challenge Cassiopeia to a 1v1 right here. We're gonna see how quick she can slither her way back into the base. Gonna pop the ulti as she goes through the base gates, and Young Bet HUNG is just gonna choose to not continue even bother with her anymore. Gonna flash over the wall, and he's gonna re her back in as she tries to flash. Insane curvature right there on that shot. Zach's gonna pull the rest of the team in right here. They're gonna be on top of Xayah right here, and she's gonna be kiting back. Actually gonna get knocked up and get deleted by the jungle top duo right here. Shava's gonna take down the support right here, and they might actually have a fight. Red team. Red team's winning. They're winning. Unless Urgot can do everything in this power right here, and he honestly, Urgot, he's gonna do it. He's gonna kill the top laner, and Urgot coming in. Oh my god. Again,
I have to point out, either Gangplank's lagging or he's not using summoner spells and ultimates because he continually has ultimate and flash when he gets run down.
And they're gonna
same
end
with
right
PP
here.
Poro.
Okay.
But
So-
doesn't even matter. Urgot's just 1v5 the game, honestly.
Again, they get the 2v5. It just needs to be
he
Zach.
lagged out.
Somebody's using a lag switch, like, because he disconnects during both fights.
Even Jensen can't stop me. Oh,
The
okay,
pedal to
wait,
the metal.
This might not be over actually, because Wait, no.
Thinking.
Wait, she's dying to minions.
Is she gonna die? Kill her. Kill her. Kill her. Yes! Take her down with that smite. They fought with a mid laner who disconnected from the fight. They lost their AD carry and support, and then Urgot TP'd in kind of late, and it was Zach was tanking the whole team by himself, and then Urgot just comes in and shotgun blast through the whole team and just proceeds to wipe.
I'm gonna say, Young had a very poor performance in both games yesterday with his TP usage. Only thing he had was his lane dominance over Joe Sidon, which was kind of artificial because of the jungler pressure, but he's putting in a lot of work on this Urgot pick.
Account sharing, Kappa?
Maybe, but we should definitely pause the game because this is lagging out heavily, and Urgot may be a god, but maybe let's not chance it too much, guys. I do want to talk about the fight though. Cassiopeia is actually putting in a lot of work, and I feel like PvP Poor is having the same issue where he just gets caught out sometimes.
Yeah, he's not really. I feel like with how, like, you know, how many tools Xayah has, like, she has the ultimate, I feel like he's not utilizing them to their full potential. He's not utilizing the Xayah ulti, or he's utilizing the feather callback for, like, the snare stun.
He just seems to be in bad positions. Like, it's like you shouldn't have to always fight yourself out of a gator pit. You need to ask yourself the question, how did I get into the gator pit in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, in one case, you know, Nova Type. This is like at the Cleveland Zoo.
Oh yeah.
Where the parents dropped the kid in Harambe's cage.
Dude,
Nova Typhoon. Robbed
Are you
both
calling
of them.
Death Design Harambe? Was that the play right there?
I wasn't trying to do that, but it just kind of, cause like that fight. Honestly, I felt so bad. That's one of those ones we were talking about earlier. We're just like, what do you do, right? Like you try.
I think that's when you
spam
spam the as planned emote, the Vayne emote.
Yeah, according to plan.
Dude.
That was such a feels bad, man. But the thing is, what's crazy is, I think that goes to show just how hard Youngbit HUNG is carrying, because his jungler on a silver platter brought the two people that can kill the AD carry and get out to the AD carry. And then he's just like, alright guys, I don't have an AD carry. My mid laner's disconnecting because he can't stay in the game, because he's having someone use the lag switch, and I'm still just going to mow everybody down. Like,
I think we're getting him paused?
I honestly don't know what else. I don't know what more can go right for Death Design and friends in these team fights. They're getting 2v5s, and they still just can't seem to pull it off. Like, they have to find a way to 100-0 Young but HUNG somehow. Like, catching with a Morgana binding into a Cassiopeia ulti, and then just twin fangs them to death.
Or what if you just fight when he's not there?
But
like, you catch out the other four members, because we've already seen that, like, he is the issue. The Urgot right now is the issue, because I would like to say that with the Azir, but he's just not. He's unfortunately lagging out too often to be a member of these team fights. and a 4th item Rhyolite.
It's a little late for that, buddy. Maybe that instead of that death cap thinking emoji.
If that Death Cop was a Void Staff right now, that'd be nice.
So, but here's the thing, right? Like, all we need is a Zac Blob and a Young But HUNG. Because even if his team somehow gets wiped, Zac gets passive popped. Young But HUNG is TPing onto a Zac Blob, and then he's 1v5ing. Or 2v5ing. It doesn't matter, like... This kid is so horrendously strong, and no one seems to have the tool in their kit or in their bag of tricks to be able to deal with him. Because, like, he flips your Cassiopeia back in the team, kills Cassiopeia. Now you have a Lucian, but Lucian, he just starts...
Should just be Baron, because they're set 4 members down to see if they could stop Young, but Baron just goes
so
way
fast.
Oh, what time were you at, Emmanuel?
37-14.
16, 7. Okay, we're like 2 seconds.
Yeah, we're pretty good now. I tried the fast forwarding trick as best as I could. I really wish Riot would fix like the 1001 bugs with Spectator client. I keep posting them on Reddit, but it feels bad to me.
One day you'll get upvoted enough. And it looks like they're just gonna siege, and now with no Nexus towers, no inhibitor towers, no real base defense besides their own bodies.
They have to fight.
It's a matter of time. Zac going in.
Here we go. Zac gonna go in on type of death design right here. The Maiden doing damage to Urgot. But he doesn't really care. Where's the rest of the team? This is all they need right here. The dynamic duo. Actually, wait a minute. Zac is gonna get knocked up right here, and he's gonna try and flee out. Yeah. Hello? What's going on? Karma is behind the wall. Gonna pop that guy. And Young But HUNG, this might be what they need right here. Hold up. He's gonna get taken so low. Double kill for the Lucian. Zaya's gonna get the kill on Morgana. She's gonna flash out. Lucian's gonna keep chasing. Azir in the mid lane.
He's lagging out.
He has to be.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate. And it's...
Pedal to the metal, Gunjin.
But
the
yeah,
meme has come true.
He just can't participate in team fights because he's just lagging out too much.
Yeah.
That should have been almost 100% win for blue team. Like, the amount of resources that were spent to try and deal with those two, if Azir is over the wall or hits like a couple sand soldiers on any of the members of Glacial Uprising, that's...
Azir causing for the pause.
Oh boy.
He needs to reset his router, or... This is just so weird. It's so unfortunate he's lagging at the times he does.
Yeah.
Gives me time to write my term paper. Alright guys, I'm not your parent, but I'm going to throw out a suggestion. Don't play League and try and write term papers at the same time.
I agree.
Pick one or the other, and we know which one you all are going to pick.
League. If I can go pro in League, why do I need to write a term paper?
Exactly, dude. Think about it like... Think about all the 17, 18-year-old... Faker was 17, and now Faker's a multi-millionaire.
Yep. But... I don't know what to say. Do you guys have rules about this? Like...
People DC.
Like, yeah. Because if he's like this game, how's he gonna even play into the next game?
Oh, do we have rules? If you go to our Prophecy Cup announcements... Or excuse me, not an as you were. Go to welcome. You can go read our rules. And you can learn so many things about our server.
So what are the rules about this?
Season 3 official rules. Version 3.3, October 21st, 2017. If we go down to disconnecting. When a player unintentionally disconnects, the team is allowed to pause the game until he reconnects. Remember that Rule 5.4 about pauses applies to this situation. If we go to Rule 5.4 about pauses, each team has a total of 15 minutes of pause time. When the team reaches 15 minutes, the game will have to be resumed. After a pause is taken, both teams must confirm that they are both ready. It is completely forbidden to pause a game in the middle of a skirmish or a fight. Council can apply penalties to teams that decide to pause in inappropriate moments or not resume when time is up. Teams may only pause in these scenarios: unintentional disconnect, hardware or software malfunction, physical interference, and bug appearance.
Well, that timer is getting close to running out, but I think we're going to get back into this game, and I really want Riddle to win this because they've been playing well. It's just very unlucky these times that the pauses are happening. We have a Maiden in the bot lane pushing it out, so somebody's going to have to reset that. And the Baron buff
Maiden,
seems...
she doesn't have a leash range?
No, she's global. She just runs it down the lane.
Really? So
I'm
she's
pretty
like
sure
a really big
Baron,
Zizzarat.
Baron is close to running out. It's 70% been used. This last percentage of Baron probably go unwasted. Now we're just gonna be at a point where there is a 13,000 gold lead
That
for
means
the
nothing.
blue team, but it's getting to a point where it means a thing. I think it still has
They're
a
at-
little bit of weight.
80,000 is about where gold stops mattering in League. That's about full build for everybody.
Yep, but Glacial Uprising hasn't reached that just
Glacial
yet.
Uprising has nowhere to go but up. The ceiling has been hit by Riddle
Yep.
Rangers, and it's gonna come to the point where team comps matter, and this in monumentous gold lead that Urgot had is gonna start to diminish. Like, yeah, he has 130 CS lead, but that doesn't mean anything anymore, except, you know, making his EP feel good.
Yep, now it's just all about how well he plays team fights. And he's been playing them pretty well, but
But that was also because he was
Getting-
about an item and a half ahead of literally everyone in the game.
we are getting to a point where the Cassio's gonna get death cap soon enough. I want to check how much gold she has. She's sitting at 1,700. I think she needs 600 more for death cap? Or does she have it,
I
actually?
think she has death cap.
She just hasn't bought. She's going back to base, I think, right now.
She gets this
Perfect.
death cap. Cassiopeia is going to hit
Yep.
that. Yep, there it
Yep,
is.
And now Urgot's caught out.
Urgot,
and
hold up.
Nobody on the
Gonna
team
get
is
caught
running.
with
He's
not
gonna
the
get
fattest
caught.
lead that he used to have, and he actually is gonna get picked off right here. His team's on the top side trying to get this inhib right now. Karma gonna get hit by the binding, not the best time. Gonna get hit by this Cassiopeia ulti, and now she's gonna pop off, flashing out. Dankplank getting the kill on the Aurea right here, and now we find our boy
Oh,
Dankplank
he's
on the
just
top
going.
side. He's going hard right here, but goes a little too hard. But also hard, motherfuckers trying to find me. We're gonna find the Aatrox in the middle of the team having his passive popped, and this 2-for-1 exchange right here, retreating. Yeah, Urgot, we saw it just like I was saying. Urgot not having a 2-item lead on everybody. People actually can kill him now.
Yep. And we're at a point Cassio hit Rylai, she hit Death Cap, and now she was a serious threat. And if they rush down this Elder Dragon, then the blue team don't really have much more. They don't have like anything left over that they can take. There should be finally another tower for the red team.
Hallelujah. 2 towers to 11, boys. Here it goes.
Oh, they might. Zach might.
Zach,
be
is he going to
for a
target for the drive-by? We probably should call it a drive-by.
Wait, what's happening?
I don't
Zach
know.
going in.
Zach is just going to go in right here, not even going to scare them off, and the rest of the team's going to run. They're actually just going to leave him because Urgot's in the base, and they're going to get scared off of this. This might be a great call right here. Urgot gunning down the Cassiopeia is going to die, but his team's going to get a 3-stack Elder Dragon for his life. And that's worth.
They have to make sure that they do something with it. Or they're just gonna wait for Urgot to spawn. I think they can.
They can first. Oh, there we go. Dankplank.
Pause.
Somebody
pause.
is putting the. I think they are almost. They're damn near out of pause time. Somebody
Yeah,
is
there was
actually
3
putting the
minutes
pedal
left.
to the metal.
Well, they should pause now anyway. They need to just get the pause over with. Or
Like
they're just
that-
gonna try and play it through.
That meme we make. There we go.
I think they're out of pause time because you can only pause like 15 minutes.
Yep, 15 minutes. We were reading from the Prophecy Cup Rules version 3.3, October 21st, 2017.
They have to end before this guy lags out again. The timer is not even the pause timer; it's
And
the
on,
lag
and on a
timer.
team fight. If
Yeah.
he lags out on a team fight, it's gonna be pretty tough.
GG.
We're just gonna hope that his soldiers continue to follow his lead, the lead of the emperors.
I really don't like that Lucian build.
Was it?
This just
was
seems
it,
so outdated.
Was it
Yeah.
worth trading the teleport and the kill for the Elder Drake? Because they're not using it.
They
that
have to
much.
utilize it.
That's the only way you really
get
can
the Elder
utilize
Drake.
it.
It's a
this late.
3-stack Elder Drake on a 600 AP champion. He's gonna basically wipe you if he hits a 2 auto Q combo. But if they can't utilize it, if the Glacial Uprising can keep it like even, then the 2 inhibitors don't really matter because all of that just gets cleaned up by the Cassian. She's just getting more gold.
This gets her closer to her 6-game fantasy, and for Cassiopeia, 6 items is a true thing because Cassiopeia is a snake and doesn't need boots. So she's gonna get this Void Staff, and then what do you think she rounds it out with? Banshees?
I don't think there will be enough time for that.
Well,
It's gonna be
Urgot
right.
gonna get caught right here by the Cassiopeia ult. He's gonna do
Zach.
his best to retreat right here.
Oh,
Zach over the wall is
okay.
gonna come back in. We're gonna have the denial
Casio.
from the Azir right here. Cassiopeia's going in by herself. Actually gets caught out, and now two people getting brought to the rest of the team right here. We have our girl Morgana on the bottom side. I just choked up and basically ruined that whole fight, but it doesn't matter because as you all see, quadra kill coming in for Xayah. All things said and done, and Riddle Raiders are finally gonna do it. Finally, having like a 13k gold lead for like 20 minutes, finally finish out the game.
Jeez.
Holy
Okay.
moly.
I want to watch that last team fight because what happened with the Casio?
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna run that back right quick.
She was chasing Urgot to kill Urgot, and then Xayah ulti happened, and
I feel like she kind of got baited by the Urgot's health part. If she had turned down, if anybody had been hitting the Azir on the other side of that fight, that would have been a team fight win. I have to believe, because Casio was outputting a ton of damage. Are you rewinding it back a minute?
I'm trying to. I think
Spectator climb, bro.
I think so. It's pooping on me.
Nice. Nice.
Or I don't have that
yeah. Too
that
many pauses.
Asus power that you have.
I like that.
I think my computer is glitched out as well. I can't see any damage.
Trying to rewind it back. So I'm gonna control all.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, League just crashed, I'm pretty sure. Okay, no, it didn't. But let's control alt delete summoners. And alt tab to something that is not League of Legends.
But overall, that game, it definitely
Okay, there we go. I can watch this.
because there were a lot of team fights where the Azir ever is there, and if he gets even a little bit of damage off, it's a win.
So I'm watching this back now. Sound is
Like
all
just watch the Casio here.
Yep,
She's
so
the
here's
most
Cassiopeia
important
ulting
part.
onto the Urgot right here as it starts off. Urgot dashes out. Blue team's going to do a decent job disengaging and setting themselves up. Zach's going to be off to the side. He's going to come in. Cassiopeia goes by herself onto the Urgot trying to challenge him to a 1v1, but she thinks it's a 1v1. Then she realizes, wait a minute, they see me rolling as Xayah rolls up onto her. They're going to get pulled in. Xayah is going to get hand-delivered to her, the AD carry and the top lane carry. And from there, it's just murder, she wrote. There's so many feathers around the fight. Morgana kind of went off to the... Morgana was off on the jungle side with the rest of the team, but somehow she just kind of got ignored because they realized there was no point. And that's how game goes. GG, well played.
Yeah.
Too much chasing. The Urgot without having team backup, and then
agree.
Zach pulled everybody back.
I feel like the red team lost side of where the Zac was in that last fight. They knew that the Zac was on that side, and Aatrox flashed over the wall to try to get the knockup off. Azir uses his ult. It basically creates an entire like zone where nobody can walk through, and Cassio just continues to chase down. The team is still trying to go on to the Azir, and when you split focus like that, especially when you're behind, you're distributing your gold too poorly, and Xayah kind of had just free time to just throw everything they could.
Yeah. And to me, again, pick and ban phase, like prioritizing the Aatrox, banning out the Ezreal. I don't think that's a good game plan coming out from Glacial Uprising. Like you're giving way too much credit to your jungler to trust him to carry the whole game by himself in a team 5 game where the other team is more coordinated. Like this is not solid, you guys. Come on.
I agree. That Urgot matchup really cost them.
Yeah, and then Zach also helped his mid laner and his top laner just make sure he's staying ahead. Because if we go back, even if Urgot was 1-0, he was still